Right, before we start this video, I would just like to say a big thank you to everyone who's been supporting the channel so far. The quick growth of the channel in views with 8 subscribers already is honestly insane to me, and I do hope all of you will continue to support the show like this, even with the unfortunate bomb that I'm about to drop. You see, ever since I started this channel over a couple of months ago, I've really been fighting for the time to set aside other commitments so that I can work on making these videos for you guys. And while it has been insanely fun being able to make these videos and see the positive reception, I don't think that'll be something I'll be able to do by a consistent basis going into the new year. No, this doesn't mean I'm quitting, but it does mean that I won't be uploading these full-length videos at all for the first few months of 2026, like this one, or my previous videos. I'll still keep a close eye on the channel because I've already made plans to start monetizing so that I can upload the shorts that I previously had trouble posting, as well as adding a work email for my subscribers and potential collaborators and sponsors. It does suck that I'm forced to take more of a backseat on the channel just when I'm feeling like I'm getting the hang of it, but with the storm that's coming my way, these videos just aren't feasible with the schedule I put together in preparation for that. Hopefully you guys can understand and continue supporting the channel in the meantime. Thank you guys so much for listening, and with all that being said, let's get straight into the video. Right, so if I said I'd been a Sonic fan for as long as I can remember to another hardcore fan, they'd most likely respond and ask me what era or gameplay style of Sonic I grew up in. I touched this in my first ranking video when I said that due to the rapid and radical experimentations of games in the franchise, leaves a lot of fans divided and most likely in a screaming match with somebody else on Twitter. I mean, if you ask me personally, I'll always love the Boost games, and it seems to me that at least that the Boost formula has gathered a lot of controversy out of any other gameplay style Sonic team has experimented with because of the lack of, say it with me now, momentum. Nowadays, more and more people are rooting to abolish the Boost altogether and go back to how Sonic used to play in the adventure games. And I'm not gonna lie, I kinda get where their views are coming from, if I need to remind everyone of Forces and even Frontiers to an extent. But despite the formula's shortcomings, I still think the Boost has more to give. This is why I want to start a mini-series of sorts where I go through every 3D mainline Boost game and properly examine their advantages and disadvantages, and hopefully with enough support from you guys, we'll make it to the end where I can rank them from worst to best and give my final thoughts on how Sonic Team can better adjust the formula to work in conjunction with the momentum-based platforming from the adventure titles so that the gameplay can truly be the best it can be for future titles. So if you're new here, hi, my name is Jesse, and this is the first episode of In Defiance of Non-Boost Advocates. So if you haven't, please consider hitting that like and subscribe button, and let's back forward, get it, all the way back to December of 2008 with the release of the first 3D Boost game in Sonic Unleashed. Look, I can go on for hours talking about my nostalgia and appreciation all while going through the list of everything this game has done right, but I won't for two reasons. One, I already have a separate video where I talk in depth about my connection to Unleashed, which you can go check out after this one, of course. Two, for this series, I want to view these games in a more objective light, not completely, but more or less so. Just like in the Sonic verse, I'm going to give this game an overall rank from D to S tier based on 3 categories: story, gameplay, and presentation. Let's start with the story. Biased or not biased, this is one of the best Sonic narratives ever told, bar maybe Sonic Adventure 2 and Black Knight. This story was caused by Sonic's own mistakes. I mean, sure, Eggman was responsible for firing that beam and releasing Dark Gaia, but if Sonic wasn't as cocky as he was, the crisis would have been averted. Over time, we see him live out the consequences of his arrogance because as the Werehog, he's nearly unrecognizable to his best friend and even #1 fangirl, but not to his new pal. The relationship between Sonic and Chip is golden. It's goofy, but it knows when to be serious, which makes Chip more likable as a character towards the end of the game. Like I said in my first ranking video, please Sonic Team, please like reference or acknowledge him in some way, pretty please. Now let's get on to the gameplay, starting with Dazed Sonic. Controlling him definitely feels a bit loose, especially when drifting, but I can excuse this on 2 accounts. 1, this is the first 3D Boost game and Sonic Team only had 2 years of development time, so there's no way they could have mastered it on their very first try. 2, the level design is so good and in the end pushes me so far in terms of challenge, even today, that I'm willing to let it slide. Yes, the camera can get quite wacky as it does in any other Sonic game. The drift has the turning radius of a junkyard, especially when you go for the extra day stages, and once again the holding attack is back to the same button as the air boost, which can cause trouble for new players. I get it. But for me, those things whittled out over time as I replayed the game and ended up significantly better off from when I started out. This game is designed to be easy to pick up but difficult to master, which encourages replayability. And the same can be said for the Werehog, even though it's more platforming and combat focused. Like I said all the way back at Windmill Isle, because I took the time to engage with the gameplay, which allowed me to upgrade my skills using the mini RPG-like mechanics, made the levels easier and in some cases far more interesting to run through. People bash the Werehog because of their preconceived notions on what Sonic's gameplay should be, and while that is very understandable, what they also need to understand is that Sega and Sonic Team have been and are going to keep doing whatever the hell they wanted with this blue rat. So why try and fight it with expectations of the Sonic that you might have grown up with, when you can open up your eyes, open up your ears, open up your mind to what is actually on offer and give it the benefit of the doubt before shooting it down, which is the goal I'd like to pursue and get across to my audience with this series. I'm a guy who finds great games in the ones that are fun from the get-go, so I can properly engage with the mechanics that will help me get past the difficult obstacles the game will eventually throw at me. Fun, engaging, difficult. Those are my standards, and luckily, Unleashed fills that to a T.
Out of my sight! No! Stay back! What? No! Don't!
Finally, let's talk presentation, which will be determined by two factors, being the visuals and the music. And if we're starting off with visuals, this is still the best looking Sonic game, both in the CGI department and everything else Sonic Team was able to cook in engine. And mind you, this is a game from over 15 years ago. The only difference is I'm playing through the 60 FPS boosted version on my Series S. Sure, at times I noticed some pop-in during some levels and the hub world, but due to the map's condensed size, I'm assuming, assets spawn in relatively fast, so it's not too noticeable. Frontiers, take notes. And the soundtrack, ooh, this is gonna sting, is the best in the franchise bar none. I know SA2 has Live and Learn, and Frontiers has that 9-string and Kellen Quinn. But Sega literally hired a live orchestra to compose some of these beats along with Otami's greatness. So why don't you stare me back in the eyes and tell me that Unleashed's soundtrack isn't at the very least top 3 in the franchise? All of this combined is why Sonic Unleashed, in my opinion, truly deserves that S rank. No, this is not me saying that the game is perfect. No game is. Yes, I mean you as well, Ocarina of Time. But this game did so much right, and has done so much for the series since it was literally the first game to utilize the boost beyond what was then considered the spin-off Sonic Rush games. And it's the formula they've been using for every mainline Sonic game that came out after it, excluding Lost World and Boom, of course, because who counts those? Nowadays, we're in an Unleashed renaissance, as it's now more relevant than it ever was in official Sonic media, even unofficially in projects like Unleashed Recompiled. Yeah, you thought I'd let this whole video go by and let that work of art slip past me. It's all just so warm and refreshing to see as an Unleashed fan who saw how underrated and hated on this game was at the time of its release. I'm looking dead straight at you, IGN, is now finally receiving the love and attention it so rightfully deserved from the start. Now all we need to do is wait long enough until people start calling Unleashed overrated, am I right? Who am I kidding? You know, that will never happen. But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching this video. This has taken me weeks to put together since I got my capture card for Christmas, and then I realized I needed to re-record a lot of the footage I had because of how poorly I handled recording it, and the fact that it looked terrible. And like I mentioned earlier, I had to scrap my first draft of the script that I'd already spent days working on, because finishing that would have meant taking longer than the free time I had left. This is why I'm always doing these cheeky plugs, imploring people to like and subscribe and share the video, because that is genuinely the best way you guys watching on your TV, monitor, phone, tablet, whatever, can help support the channel, especially in preparation for the upcoming hiatus this channel's about to go on, like I said at the start of the video. So please, help a brother out. It's free, and you can always change your mind down the line. But I've held you guys long enough. Hopefully you've all had a nice holiday with family and are staying warm and safe, and are looking forward to the new year. But as for me, I'll see you guys on the flip side. Wait, hold on. Before I go, right, I am so aware that some line reads of the video, they actually suck. So I actually wanted to play a couple bloopers for you, actually. Right, hold on. Because I was by the end of this, I was literally rushing to get this done. So hold on. Before I go, let me just play a couple bloopers. So we finally managed to rescue Professor Pickle, who seems to be more upset about the fact that the cucumber sandwiches went up to it.